Hi, I'm Jana, and today I'm going to talk about the reason that I am speaking out publicly about family estrangement. I'm going to tell you my intentions for being here. I'm going to talk about the challenges that I have faced by doing this. I'm going to dispel a few myths, and I'm going to talk about what I believe the bigger picture is in all of this. I wanted to begin by giving you a little bit of background about how I came to speaking out about estrangement on YouTube. Many months ago, I found a few Facebook groups on this subject, and I joined a couple of those, and in sitting back, I didn't post much, and I just watched and listened, and I started seeing a lot of similarities in the stories, and I also saw a lot of support. It was obvious that those groups were a place that us estranged parents and family members could speak without judgment. Fast forward to YouTube. Having a channel was something that I've thought about off and on for quite a long time. And then one day, a few months ago, I believe it may have been July, I just had this inner voice that said, do it. Just do it. And because of my spiritual beliefs, I decided to listen to that voice, and I started my channel. I didn't come into YouTube with the notion that I would talk about family estrangement. My original thought was, well, hey, I have a lot of fun hobbies that I enjoy, and I would just post like vlog style videos about the road trips I go on and various different things that I enjoy, product reviews, cooking. And I also wanted to talk about real life situations because I enjoy that kind of talk. And I didn't specifically think family estrangement, but I did want to do one general video about estrangement, which I did, and to my surprise, that video got a lot of engagement. It got so much more engagement than my other videos. I realized that this was something people wanted to hear more about. And it was at that point that I realized that because those Facebook groups I was in on the subject were helping me to not feel so alone, I realized that I might have a platform where I could create a community to help others in a similar situation such as mine to not feel so alone. I had searched YouTube myself previously for family estrangement videos, and I didn't find a whole lot. There are a lot of professionals out there who talk about it and throw out all those diagnostic terms and such, but I was looking for real life people that I could relate to, and I only found a couple. One woman has one estranged adult child that she talks about, and there's another one who talks about the subject just occasionally, but for the most part, I couldn't really find anybody who really delves more into this subject, not from a lay person like me. I felt and I feel that before I can really talk about all the subjects surrounding estrangement, that it'd be best to tell my own personal stories, which I did. I've put out a story of what happened between me and my mother. I put out a video about what happened between me and my brothers, and then more recently, what happened with my adult daughters. It's been very surprising to me, the sheer number of people who are interested in this subject, which brings me to my intentions for speaking publicly. First and foremost, my intention here is to create a community and support for others going through a similar situation, a place where they can be heard and understood and not to feel so alone. I feel that is something that is very empowering. Second, I want to help build awareness and educate others about estrangement. I hope to reduce the stigma and challenge the judgment that is directed at those of us experiencing this family estrangement. And finally, I'm here to speak publicly for my own personal healing, to take ownership of those feelings and to not allow others to define them. I'm here to honor my feelings and face them with courage. I'm very aware of public judgments and criticisms. I knew that coming into this. Some people say that by speaking publicly, I'm bringing it on. And what I have to say to that is that each and every one of us are responsible for our own words, our own actions, our own behaviors. Some people say that by speaking out publicly, that now I've ruined any chance of reconciling with my family. And what I have to say about that is, you need to understand that my family has already made judgments about me. And they have done that a long time ago. And they've judged me and showed me that I'm not worthy of respectful conversation. So with that being said, I don't have anything to lose by being here. I am being authentic, and I'm here for myself, and I'm here to help other people, not for anybody's approval or disapproval. I am not speaking publicly in any kind of attempt for reconciliation. I also believe that if someone refuses to engage with you in a respectful conversation, then they don't have the right to come forward and to tell you basically to shut up or have any kind of expectation that you don't talk. There are suggestions that because I'm the mother, I'm the sole person to blame. And what I have to say to that is that I'm not the mama to my brothers and to all of the other family members who have partaken in this family narrative about me, many of which whom I don't even know. My goal here is not to assign blame to anybody, but to recognize that responsibility doesn't fall on one person's shoulders alone. Some call me selfish or narcissistic or not willing to take responsibility. And what I have to say to that is, it is not anybody's place to diagnose another person. It's not anybody's place to put a label on me or anybody else. Those type of judgments don't reflect my intentions. As I said, I'm not here to blame. I'm here to connect with others and to support each other and develop a community where we don't feel alone. Another common thing I'm hearing is that I should just go to therapy. And some say that in a nice way, and some say it like I'm flawed. Well, I have been to therapy, and I consider myself graduated from therapy. I'm in a very good place. And when I try to say that, the same people who act like I'm a flawed person will then say, well, your therapy must have been bad. So I just take it with a grain of salt and a little humor, because my point is to be here and be authentic and to develop a community, like I keep saying, with others in similar situations. Some say that I seem unemotional, and I know I flip over my words sometimes, but some say I seem cold and unemotional and uncaring in my videos. And yes, I agree. I do come off that way, but I'd like you to understand that I have had to develop that strength to be able to go public and talk about such a painful subject as estrangement. Don't get me wrong, I have my days. It's not something I dwell upon by any means. These videos on estrangement are not easy for me to do at all, and I feel empowered and very strong by speaking out, because not only have I now found my voice when I never had one, I can also talk about this without breaking down. And that takes a lot of courage and strength. And that is why I'm here speaking publicly, because I now have this strength that I didn't have just a few months ago. And I feel that puts me in a position to be able to talk to others. The last challenge I want to bring up is in reference to all of the comments that I receive saying that I'm conveniently forgetting, because I have said a lot in my stories I don't remember. Well, the truth is I really don't remember. I have trouble remembering a lot of things, just regular things. My jobs in the years back, different things that appeared in my childhood, my teenage years. I've always had a bad memory like that. The reason I say frequently that I can't remember is because I really can't remember, and I'm trying to be authentic here. So when I don't remember, I'm gonna say I don't remember. I am not gonna just make something up. And the things I do relate are the things that I do remember. Now, can my perception of those be wrong? Yes. Now, can somebody else have a different viewpoint of that? Yes, of course. I think that's natural. But again, I'm here just trying to be authentic, not perfect. I'm not perfect. I contradict myself sometimes. I get details wrong sometimes. I mispronounce words. I'm just a human, imperfect being, and I just hope I can be somebody that others in the same situation can relate to, and that is why I'm here talking. The way I see it with my family is I can't win no matter what. It's been, if I do something, I'm wrong. If I say something, I'm wrong. If I don't do something, I'm wrong. If I don't say something, I'm wrong. It's just a constant nitpicking, and it's not just my daughters, it's my entire family. I do believe I'm a family scapegoat. I believe that with all my heart and soul. I'm not here to feel sorry for myself. I don't feel sorry for myself. There are a ton of people in this world who have things a lot worse off than me. I don't wallow under the covers all the time. So I guess my point with this, and I don't feel like I can win with my family. That's why it's really important for me personally to just be myself. I'm going to be myself. If somebody doesn't like that I say something political, oh well. If somebody doesn't like that I say this or that, oh well. If I look this way or look this way or don't look that way, so what? It doesn't bother me. The criticisms I'm getting do not bother me. I'm in a place where I can handle it. I knew I could handle it coming in because I knew it would be happening. Social media seems to be a big cesspool of negativity, but alongside that, it's also a huge place of support. And I am meeting so many supportive, nice women and men. And I am very grateful for all of you who take the time to listen to me, to try to understand, who are respectful even in disagreements. Moving on, I would just like to address a couple myths while we're on the subject of my speaking out publicly about estrangement. And one myth that I've heard is that, well, you must not be over it because you're talking about it, or you must not have been over it since you posted a poem on your Facebook page. Well, the truth is, I'm never going to get over it, but I have learned to live with it. Talking about my experiences and expressing my feelings does not mean that I'm stuck. It means that I've processed through all of it enough so that I'm in a place where I'm comfortable speaking about it. Another myth that I hear is that, well, if you're estranged from your adult children, you must have been a bad parent. Well, the truth is, no parent is perfect, and estrangement doesn't automatically equal failure. It sometimes reflects a breakdown in respectful communication and respectful joint willingness to work through things. It's more complex than just to say automatically, well, you must have been a bad mother. It's a lot more complex than that. People think that estrangement is a character flaw, and that is not necessarily the case. There are many, many estrangements out there, and I'm sure if you read through some of the stories, it happens from the most loving of parents, the most giving of parents. Again, it's a very complex thing. There's incompatible communication styles. It does obviously mean that the relationship is unhealthy, but it doesn't automatically mean that one person is flawed in the situation. Choosing to protect myself and set my own boundaries is a sign of strength and courage, and not that I'm flawed. The last myth that I'd like to address is the notion of, because I'm the common denominator, I must be the problem. And it's not as simple as that. There's often a huge family dynamic, and this is a subject that I want to delve in on its own. So my next video is actually going to be just about this particular subject, and I'm going to talk about scapegoating and all that entails in families. Those are just some of the common myths about family estrangement, but there are many more. In this section, I want to talk about the bigger picture in all of this. It's easy for people to judge and misunderstand when they don't see the bigger picture. And I'd like to share with you a few insights that I have learned along this journey of estrangement. Authenticity over approval. My feelings are valid even in the face of disapproval or disagreement. Courage and personal growth. Speaking my truth, setting boundaries, and refusing to walk on eggshells are signals of strength, not selfishness. I don't need to give blanket apologies or compromise my well-being to please others. Breaking family patterns. Part of my goal is to model healthier dynamics, and while some call me toxic, I am here to show that it's okay to demand respect and not tolerate toxic behavior. And finally, encouraging others. I hope to encourage others to honor their own boundaries and act with courage in their relationships. You don't need to walk on eggshells. Thank you for watching and listening. I know that by speaking publicly, that's not everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay. I'm doing it because my story matters, and by doing so, I hope to help others heal by knowing that they are not alone. You guys facing a similar situation as me, you are not alone. It's very important for me to be true to myself, even in the face of judgment and disagreement. Speaking authentically and publicly is my choice, and I feel it's worth it. As I said previously, in my next video, I'm going to address the notion that I must be the problem since I'm the common denominator. So again, thank you for listening, and I hope you all are having a great day.